Hey, it's Brock here from Rock Hill Farms, and this video is about my Frontier RC 2072 brush hog. The abuse I've put it through. It's not like a clickbait thing or a dramatic thing or a complaint about the brush hog. It's just a reality of the situation that what I've been doing with this brush hog is more than the manufacturer designed it to do. And if I continue to use it that way, it's not going to last very long. So what you can see right now is that this right here is bent in, catches the blade if it's all the way extended. And once it starts spinning, that kicks in and it doesn't hit anymore. But whenever I start and stop the unit, I can hear it catching right there. You can also see, I don't know how well you can see on the video, but the back of this is just warped like this. Down the side, you've got the same thing. Nothing else is damaged on the bush hog. It's still cutting fine. It's not making any noise. The top isn't bent. You know, I'm not having any real problems. And I'll tell you what, the slip clutch on this is phenomenal, because as a side note, I've been running this tractor, I've got 300 hours on it in a year. I've never broken a shear pin or a shear bolt or anything else. Everything I've bought came with a slip clutch. They've all worked perfectly. You know, I've just been using this the way I think most people use a brush hog. I do a fair amount of mowing fields with it. Then if you look behind me, these are areas that I am working into with the brush hog. You'll see a lot of small stuff that it's perfectly capable of. Then every so often you see a tree that looks really small, honestly, from here, but it's actually all the way down at ground level. That's got a 3-inch diameter base on it. And this Frontier bush hog is rated for 1.5-inch materials. Well, actually, when I bought it, the salesman told me that they had a Frontier bush hog rated for 1.5 inches, and they had a John Deere bush hog rated for 3 inches. I said, I'm not cutting anything bigger than 1.5 inches. This will do fine. Well, I looked up the specs this morning getting ready to make this video. It says this is rated for 1-inch material. But I've been cutting 3-inch material with it, and basically going with the philosophy that if the bush hog will push over it, then I can cut it. And it will. It's not having any problems cutting. It'll just mulch that up at a 3-inch diameter. What won't support that is this outside frame. And it's about the only time I went cheap on my implements. Otherwise, I've tried to make sure I was getting something that could handle the job. But this is not heavy duty enough for the jobs I do. If you check out one called The Biggest Project I've Taken On With My Tractor, I think video title is something like that. I did some pretty heavy land clearing. It was like an acre, and there was a lot of bigger trees. We cut down the ones 4, 5, 6 inches, and then I took down a lot of 3-inch stuff with this, and you know, it's done a great job. And if I just used it for what it's designed for, small brush, inch or less, mowing a field, probably lasts me forever. But the way it is, I feel like I need to do something. My options for that something are to reinforce this. I could get all this bent back out and put some steel around it to reinforce, probably like a 1/4 inch thick, or even thinner than that maybe. Just strip of metal running around that back perimeter would strengthen it up, and then just try to take it a little bit easier. It's really not what I want to do. I'll probably reinforce this either way, but I'm thinking I'd like to trade it in or sell it and get a beefier bush hog. I don't want a smaller bush hog, that's for sure. As far as saying I'll get one that's heavy duty but narrower so that I can still run it. Because if that MX6 is 1,000 pounds, and I had someone telling me they were concerned about me being able to lift it and run it, but I'm not concerned about that. I feel confident this will run that MX6. So I'm leaning right now towards straightening this out, cleaning it up, painting it, maybe even putting some steel around it, and then trading it in on an MX6. But I'd be open if you guys have any suggestions about a bush hog that I can run on 31 PTO horsepower that can clear this 3-inch diameter material, because that's what I want to do with the tractor. Ultimately, I'm going to end up with a forestry mulcher. Tractor Time with Tim has shown a Baumolite mulcher that you can run on this tractor that will just rip through that and mulch it as it goes. But that's a really expensive option. I think those run like $10,000, and I'm still going to want to mow some fields and stuff, so I'm still going to want to have a brush hog. So tell me what you think. Do you use a bush hog like this to cut out, you know, saplings that are 2-inch, 3-inch diameter, or do you just use it for light brush? Do I have unreasonable expectations expecting this to handle what I'm doing with it? Is there another brand you think I should look at? Do you think that this is just going to keep on ticking and I can just run it and maybe I'm worrying too much? So this is a video where I'd love to hear your feedback, because I want to continue with land clearing and I'm not upgrading tractors right now. So I need a way to do it with this tractor. Now obviously there's the slow way where I'm constantly getting off, shutting off the brush hog, cutting those down at ground level, and then starting up again. But some areas there's just a lot of it, so I want the ability to push through this. So let me know what you think about my bush hog situation and what you would do. I appreciate you taking time to watch the video. Just a minute, you'll see links on the screen to a couple more of our videos, and I'll see you next time.